And welcome back to New Jersey Now. I'm Harry Martin. One of the biggest setbacks for Governor John Corzine after the state election was the rejection of the $450 million bond to fund stem cell research by New Jersey voters. Catherine Craig of sister station Fox 5 took to the streets to find out why.
When you break down the numbers of how people voted, it's interesting to note in the counties near us, like Hudson, where we are, Essex and Bergen, for example, voters overwhelmingly said yes to funding stem cell research, but across the state, more voters said no. In fact, by a 53 to 47% margin, voters rejected a measure that would have had the state borrowing $450 million for embryonic and adult stem research. Voters have been telling us they didn't want to pay more taxes and it would have caused more financial burden on the state. One New Jersey resident this morning says to finance the research, look to the pharmaceutical companies.
I don't think tax dollars should do it.
Yeah.
Should be, they make so much profit on drugs, they should be the one doing it.
If the measure passed, though, Governor John Corzine believes the research and laboratories would have brought jobs and additional tax revenue to the state. New Jersey is $30 billion in debt. One voter who favored the funding says it's too bad others didn't.
Quite a bit of potential there, and I'm disappointed that the people of the state didn't see that potential and say that we wanted to, increase our taxes or whatever to fund that.
New Jersey voters have a history for 17 years now of saying yes on ballot questions, whatever the issue. But when it comes to stem cell research, the majority said no.
First of all, it's hard enough even to live, and then, paying taxes. They're asking for too much money. We don't make that much.
Joining me now are Democratic strategist Leroy Jones, who is a partner of 1868 Public Affairs, and Republican strategist George Ajjan, who is founder of Ajjan Associates and blogger on Ajjan.com. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, Harry.
What's your read on this stem cell vote?
It's a pocketbook issue, Harry. Yeah. Clear, plain and simple. I think Senate President Dick Cody said it best. The voters in New Jersey said, look, guys, get your fiscal house in order and then come see us. Okay, then
talk to us later, maybe. So is this then necessarily a dead issue? I mean, could it be revisited next time voters go to the polls?
Well, that's always possible, but it's a pretty strong signal from the voters. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I don't think it's a dead issue. The state's already authorized $270 million for the Stem Cell Institute in New Jersey. Already designed $92 million for development in that whole project. So there's a lot to be done to augment what the long-term agenda is for stem cells. So I think we'll see this again. I think the advertising campaign is going to be much different than what it was on the pro-stem cell side.
Well, that may be true, but the conservatives who defeated this, both fiscal and social, are extremely emboldened, I can tell you, from this victory. And so whatever advertising...
In what sense? I mean, are you saying that there's some momentum built up that they're going to use in what direction?
That's absolutely the case. And, I saw you had Steve Lonegan on in the prior segment. I happened to attend, Steve Lonegan just wrote a book, and I happened to be at his book signing yesterday. And he is really hammering on this message as the individual who really spearheaded the signs and the 4 commercials, vote no and all the... And he took it from a fiscal point of view. Now, the Catholic churches and some other right-to-life groups took it from the social angle. His angle was strictly fiscal, that the state can't afford this, taxpayers can't afford this. And this is going to congeal into a very strong fiscally conservative message going into 2008 and even into 2009.
But it seems ironic that they vote down a $450 million bond issue, essentially, and then did not vote down a $200 million bond issue when it comes to open space.
Well, open space is something that the voters traditionally see on the ballot. I mean, that's not anything new. Stem cell is obviously new. Yep. It's been talked about. It's been controversial, and therein lies the problem. But to go back to what George was saying, there's a group, a conservative group that's obviously motivated. I think they caught the liberal side off guard this time. I think the governor pretty much said it best. The advertising campaign could have been a bit more in depth, a bit more aggressive. On the pro-stem cell side. I think you will see that in the months and to come with respect to a whole constituency that are suffering from various types of cancer, diabetes and sickle cell, there's going to be an awakening of a constituency that will deal with this, along with the legislature and the governor beginning to move to get New Jersey's fiscal house in order.
Heaven forbid private enterprise step in and try to find.
Okay,
we heard the young lady talk about.
You were absolutely right. That led to my next question. What happens if private enterprise actually stepped in for the stem cell situation? Why can't they do that?
Healthcare costs through the roof.
Well, wait. It's stem cell research, is it not? It's research.
Absolutely. Well, it's research
so
for.
We're going to pay through the nose when we
absolutely,
go to
because pharmaceuticals, with respect to drugs that they develop, pass on a research cost to all of its consumers, and we'll see that if this happens to be a private venture, and George is certainly somebody that's a private sector capitalist, and he will probably advocate for that because that's traditional amongst his party. But that's something that I think we need to stay as far away from as possible, because we'll open up a whole nother Pandora's box with respect to health care.
Dare I say that's traditionally the American way, Leroy, is that individuals individuals invest in companies that produce good results for society, and that benefits everyone. And it shouldn't necessarily...
It only benefits the people that make a whole lot of money and drive the expensive cars and live in the expensive houses.
Well, I've seen the car you pulled out of the parking lot, my friend, and you're doing better than me. And I know your pension has money invested in a lot of these pharmaceutical companies.
I'm a struggling lobbyist in America.
A struggling lobbyist in America. Yeah, but you know what? Let me get back to your argument just a moment when we were talking about the governor. What does it say about his leadership? I mean, this was really the first true test of his leadership when it came to trying to advance a particular agenda in the public. I mean, he's incredibly popular. I mean, even with his car accident, no matter what, I mean, the guy can do no wrong. He really is very, very popular. And yet, when he tried to get this forward, it didn't work.
I just think that we were all caught off guard. I think there was a notion early on that this thing would just sort of fly through. It wasn't going to be a heavy lift, and at the end of the day, folks got caught with the pants down.
Yeah.
Well, Republicans are relishing the fact that the governor was defeated on this. I mean, even on election night, before we even got to Wednesday, State Chairman Tom Wilson sent out a press release saying John Corzine campaigned for 3 things: Ellen Karcher, Joe Arion, and stem cell research, and it was soundly defeated on all 3. So.
Well, I think the only thing that, from a Republican standpoint that this election said, is, and my partner said it best, for the Republicans, and I'll give you this, the bleeding has stopped a little bit, and, but Democrats still rule in the state legislature.
Yeah. Big winners. But you're saying the Democrats still were the big winners?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Coming up next, a big endorsement for presidential candidate Rudy Giuliani, but could his support for someone else cost him the election? We're going to be finding out when we come back. Stay with us.